Good morning, everyone. Today we are beginning a new message series called Open the Eyes of My Heart. St. Paul writes in his letter to the Ephesians, "May the eyes of your heart be enlightened." Our hope is that over the next 4 weeks through this series is that the eyes of my heart and yours might be opened more. One of my summer jobs in college was with the Buildings and Grounds Department for the town of Carver. On my first day on the job, the superintendent was showing me around. He showed me the garage where the lawnmowers were, and then he walked me across the parking lot to the town hall. And as we were walking along one of the sidewalks, there was a small piece of trash that someone had thrown on the lawn. I definitely saw it in the corner of my eye, but I didn't take any notice of it, and I kept walking. Well, the superintendent noticed that piece of trash, and he stopped, and he said to me, "Gerald, did you see that cup right there?" And I looked at him and I said, "I guess so." And he said, "Well, our job is to notice those things and then to do something about it." He picked up the cup and he threw it away as we went in the building. He opened my eyes. Before that interaction, I never would have taken any notice of a little bit of trash on the ground, or much less done anything about it. In different ways, each of us have blind spots. That is, we miss the things that are around us. Now, maybe noticing a piece of trash or not's not that big of a deal. But not seeing the love that's around you, well, that's a much bigger deal. And I know for myself that when I'm too caught up in what I'm doing or my own thing, I am more likely to miss the unexpected surprises that God has for me, especially in other people. Today's gospel takes place right at the beginning of Jesus' public ministry. Jesus is about 30 years old. He's worked as a carpenter for many years, and there's really, until this point, been nothing in his life to attract attention. But that's all changed. You see, Jesus has been baptized by John. He's been tempted in the desert for 40 days, and he has started preaching and working miracles. And now he's come to his hometown of Nazareth. And the people they're all excited to see him. But when he doesn't work any miracles there, they're less excited. And we can hear them scoff. You can almost hear that negativity in their voice as they ask, "Isn't that just the son of Joseph?" Now, for us, we know that Jesus is the Son of God. But the people of Nazareth, in their scoffing, they were like, his father, he's just a poor carpenter. What makes him think he's so special? And the same thing can happen to us. When we judge books or people by their covers, we only scratch the surface. We close the eyes of our hearts. Because that's what prejudice is. Making a judgment based on too little information. And it happens all the time, not just with race or religion. Like when you rush to blame someone without first understanding what they're going through. Or when you find out who somebody voted for, and then you think you know everything about them based on that one data point. You see, presuming the worst makes us miss out on the best. Presuming the worst makes us miss out on the best. And sometimes the best are these unexpected surprises that God has for us. And for the people of Nazareth, they missed out that the Son of God himself had come home to them. And if they had only had open hearts, if they had only been ready, he could have given them everything they longed for. But instead, that's not what happened. Instead, they had a bad audacity. They had the and they said to Jesus, they said, "Do here in your native place those great things that we had heard were done in Capernaum when you started your ministry." Now, to be clear, they were not looking for a life-giving word that might transform their hearts and their lives. All they wanted was a show. But no show, no miracle, no matter how dramatic, could bring them to faith when their hearts were already closed. In response to his rejection among his own people, Jesus says, "Amen, I say to you, no prophet is accepted in his own native place." And the sad truth is, the prejudice of the people of Nazareth kept them from seeing the unexpected good in Jesus, the unexpected good that God wanted for them. It's interesting, though, at the end of the gospel, when the people of Nazareth want to do Jesus harm, Jesus doesn't argue with them. He doesn't fight with them. Rather, he just simply passed through their midst. He moved on. I think what Jesus is teaching us is that when we get hung up on the bad, when we never want to back away from an argument because we know we're right, so often we miss out on the good. When we get hung up on the bad, we miss the good. That's why the eyes of our hearts need to be opened. The eyes of our hearts need to be opened so that we can see the unexpected good in another person, so that we can see God's grace at work in our lives, so that we can receive that new insight to a problem that we're facing, or so that we can receive encouragement when we're feeling down.